Hello everybody, Calamity here, and it's like the week before a new update comes out, so nothing's really happening in Genshin, so I don't really have any videos to make. So I asked you guys for some video ideas, and thankfully one person suggested I should do a tour of my account. Now I like the idea, but the problem is I don't really have anything interesting in my account. Like when I show my characters' builds, they are like some characters' builds have literally not been touched for years. I wish that was an exaggeration, but it's not. A lot of characters I will just build once, and once it's like good enough and I see that I'm beating stuff like the Imaginary Theater, the Spiral Abyss, the Stygian Onslaught, I'm like, you know what, this is good enough. And I don't feel like grinding for more like pitch perfect artifacts or whatever with the perfect substats and all that, because it's like I'm already beating the end game content, you know. So and then a lot of characters builds just end up not being ever fixed or touched or improved upon, and I just kind of sit here with my resin and I just get like other stuff and pre-build for other characters like Columbina. So what I decided to do instead is to check out your guys' accounts. In fact, I'm going to be checking out Sammer's account. We're going to be reviewing her top what is it, 12? Yeah, 12 characters that they have on display here, and just checking out their builds because she's very proud of these characters, and we'll review and see how they're doing. So the first one we have here is a Barbara at level 100. Sammer / Tremin, who you've probably seen in the comments a couple times. I've borrowed her account to do some of the Echo challenges, the Echo guides that I've made, because I simply just don't have the characters, like Klee, for example. Although I borrowed Edmar's Klee. Anyways, let's take a look at your characters. So first of all, the talents, of course. Level 10 on the normal attack, because we're trying to do a DPS Barbara. I hate that you can't click the talents when I'm reviewing them, but you know, it's fine. And then level 12 on the skill and the burst. I'm surprised you haven't triple crowned Barbara. Obviously C6. Artifacts. Yeah, I mean the Wanderer's Troop is okay for Barbara if you're trying to do like main DPS Barbara and not like a Hyper Bloom, or excuse me, a Bloom Nilo Bloom type situation. But remember that the Wanderer's Troop is only buffing your charge attack, and that's not something you want to necessarily spam with Barbara. Like, yes, it is more damage, the charge attack, because the higher multipliers for sure, but you're also going to run out of stamina really fast, and it's going to make it really annoying to try to dodge stuff. So you might have to pair up with like a shield or weave in some more normal attacks, but those aren't getting buffed. So what I would suggest is, and I really wish I had the list of like artifact sets that I could look at here, something like what if you pair Barbara with like a Farina, for example, you could give her the Mary Chelsea Hunter, which is on your, you know, your new Valette, and it would also be better because the two-piece affects both normal and your charge attack damage. For it's 15%, but it's for both the both normal and charged, and then you'll get a bunch of crit rate for free. 36% crit rate, very easy to get this with Farina. And of course, Farina also buffs everybody tremendously, so good synergy there, good main damage there. And you could go for more crit damage substats as well. Just a thought. And for those that are like not whales or big spenders, and you're like, how can I get a DPS Barbara that isn't so heavy investment? All you have to do is make a Bloom team, specifically a Nilo Bloom team, and have Barbara be the one that triggers the blooms, and she does great damage. That's how I do damage with my Barbara. And I would say the numbers are pretty good, and she takes care of, like, she's good for like AoE situations, not so much single target, just because it's hard to make a bunch of Dendro cores. You know, like in a Nilo Bloom team, you would have to have like Lauma and Nihida probably, or something like that. But it is possible. Weapon, this one is okay, and I can see that it's refinement 5. I would honestly give her this right here, because look, it gives her more HP, which doesn't scale her attack, unfortunately. But look at the crit damage compared to like this one is giving nice amounts of crit rate. If we give her the Mary Chelsea Hunter set, it's giving her the same amount of crit rate, and then you'll give her a whopping 88.2% crit damage. But yeah, this one also increases charge attack damage, which we just discussed is also You know, a nice boost there. And then the energy being restored, I mean, it's her heal, but it's not gonna contribute to damage or anything like that. And then yeah, she's level 100, so we can see, holy cow, 19,000 base HP, 1,700 base attack. So if we look at the stats, pretty good crit rate, damage ratio. That attack feels kind of low, to be honest. Let me look at your artifacts in detail now. Funny enough, I find it funny that your off piece is the the feather of all things. But let's see. Ooh, okay. Nice crit damage on that one. Remember, you don't really need HP. The HP is going to help scale Barbara's heals, but not so much her. If you're just like using her for main DPS purposes, then you don't need HP. You just need attack percentage. This one's good. Well, energy recharge you don't even need, right? If like we're making a main DPS Barbara and all we care about is damage, then the energy recharge and HP substats are not needed. This is good. It's crazy that you have a 78% crit rate even with all this. I always know that these are always hard to roll, but yeah, this is fine. And then this, yep, lots of crit damage, lots of crit rate. Again, if these were like if you want to min max attack percentage, flat attack. Because you're not, unless, I don't know what team you're using with the main DPS Barbara, but you're not really doing like your main team with Barbara to like maximize her personal damage outside of like reactions and stuff. You would probably do something like Farina, Bennett, and then maybe Durin for like the resistance shred and like to set up some vaporizes and stuff. Or maybe Shillinen for more resistance shred as well. So up to you there on what team you want to use. If you want to do like a personal DPS Barbara. But yeah, nice artifacts and nice weapon. The only problem with this weapon is the stacks, right? Because you have to stay on the field for 16 seconds to get the maximum of the damage bonus. And like think about how long fights end up being. It's gonna be like a while until you get all this stuff, but then you also need to constantly switch to your other characters to reapply debuffs, to apply buffs to your character, and that's why it's just not really ideal. But yeah, nice Barbara. Funny enough, it could still be a lot better. Alright, Nivelette, which we kind of already looked at, but let's look at him some more. Obviously, signature weapon. And then Mary Chelsea Hunter. Any constellations? That's nice. You can't look at constellations in when you're viewing things just so I can read the effects. Any crowns? And on the normal attack talent, nice. Alright, so let's look at your individual pieces. So yeah, for Nivelette, we do want HP percentage and then crit rate, crit damage. And you don't want any attack because that's not doing it for you. And then depending on what team he's on, maybe some Elemental Mastery is okay, but just HP percentage above all else, and then the crit rate, crit damage. You seem to get a lot of crit damage on your subsets, which is nice. Alright, crit damage, crit rate, a little bit of energy recharge is okay. On that defense. But yeah, this is a good artifact overall. Crit rate, yep. Yeah, this is good. A little bit unfortunate, like you don't need that much energy recharge. Just, it looks like it only touched crit damage maybe like once. That's fine. You got a lot of HP percentage as well. HP percentage on the goblet, this is fine. And then yeah, HP percentage on the sands. This is all good. Very solid build for Nivelette. He's probably one of your best characters, especially being at level 100. Holy crap, look at that crit damage, 262 percentage. I honestly think you could sacrifice a little bit of crit damage and try to get an artifact that has a bit more crit rate just to get this up to like 70-80%, just to like, you know, like get it even more consistently. Not that this is bad or anything, but that's a crazy amount of thing. Energy recharge is fine. I wouldn't like heavy invest into it too much because you're just doing his charge attacks with the skill. And 41k HP, that's good. That's good enough at least. And you have a messy one. All right, Diluc. What do we have? I'm surprised no refinements on your Wolf's Gravestone. Like, I would think you have like a bajillion of this weapon considering it's a standard weapon banner. Or standard banner weapon, excuse me. But yeah, there you go, Wolf's Gravestone. Artifacts, surprised no 4-piece Crimson Witch. Unless you're swapping, like you're sharing artifacts with other characters, maybe. Obviously C6. No crowns, which is fine. So we look here. Like, this is fine. It's just unfortunate with this stuff. The flat defense. I feel like you could do something better than that. Attack percentage, obviously, would be good instead of defense. Crit rate, crit damage. Yikes on the defense. This one's pretty, crit damage. Circlet. Nice crit rate. The subsets on it are kind of Pyro damage. Nice crit damage on this one at least. And energy recharge. I would say you could probably throw a couple of your trash artifacts into the strong boxes and try to get something better from the Crimson Witch set. Because you should definitely go for 4-piece Crimson Witch. That set is like tailor-made for Diluc. And he'll probably get a gigantic power spike. So I don't know if you're like artifact sharing or what, but there's actually a lot to improve here. Malvika! One of my favorite characters. Any constellations on her? Nah, okay. You and I have the same level on the normal attack, which is funny. I like stopped at 6. Because you don't really need to use her normal attack. Well, you don't ever use her normal attack, unfortunately. But you can get these to 9. I believe in you. Same weapon. It's the right artifact set. I mean, she literally only has one set ever, and that's it. It is okay. She doesn't need any energy recharge at all. So that's why seeing energy recharge, like I'm pretty sure I have an energy recharge subset or two on my Malvika as well, and it's like not min-max perfect, but yeah, if this was like crit damage instead, that'd be way better. Elemental Mastery is okay. Crit rate. I'll have to look at the crit rate ratio. I didn't do that for Diluc. I'll go back and do that as well. Okay, this one's a little woof. I mean, crit damage is okay. Attack percentage good. This one, unfortunately, you want to get rid of like most of these sub-stats. So yeah, Malvika good, but she could be a lot better. Let me look at your... Yeah, a little bit more crit rate. Like, you don't need any energy recharge at all. So if you can get some better subsets without the energy recharge and then get more like crit rate, more attack percentage, your Malvika will be better. But I'm sure she's honestly fine with these stats anyways, though. Like, I'm sure, like, our builds are similar. Oh, and then Diluc's stats. This is fine. Maybe a tad bit more energy recharge, just because his burst is a lot, like a huge part of his kit. But, this is fine. Oh, Yoimiya. The character that I used to play so much, and then I no longer play anymore. So that's a really good bow. Any constellations? Nah. So this is her set. Perfect. Yeah. This is fine. I mean, we don't really care about the level of her burst. Let's look at the artifacts. So this one, pretty good. All we care about is literally attack percentage, crit rate, crit damage, and that's literally all. You don't want energy recharge for her. Elemental Mastery is okay as well. But this piece right here could be a lot better. This is fine. I'd like to see it. Well, these two are fine. Yeah, this is actually fine. This is like an artifact piece I would just be happy with and just like be too lazy to improve because it's so annoying to find something better. Pyro damage, nice. Like, this is good enough. Attack percentage, of course. This one is a little oof. I would try to replace this one. But yeah. I mean, your Yoimiya is fine. Honestly, it's not even like a build thing. It's just like the way Yoimiya plays thing. Just because of like how the endgame has been designed lately. Like, she literally needs only one target on the field. And whenever you introduce like those, like right now with the Spiral Abyss, for example, like the first half has so many enemies. And there's just like no way Yoimiya can take care of all those enemies in a, you know, in an optimal amount of time for your second half team or whatever. It's just bad. And that's unfortunately her downfall. So I hope she gets buffed in the future, and she needs more than just like a damage numbers buff, because I think her numbers are actually fine. It's just her lack of ability to attack multiple people. So if they make her burst actually useful and like have it do way more damage, or like give her some utility or something, maybe like resistance shred or whatever, or like the ability to, you know, bigger damage or something, it'll be a lot better. But until then, we're just gonna have to wait She's gonna be sitting on the shelf for a while, I'm afraid. Klee! God, that skin is ugly. Dodoko Tails. I'm surprised that you have a 4-star weapon on her. I mean, yeah, it fits aesthetically, of course. But, as you know, I'm sure there's a ton of a 5-star catalyst you could give her instead. I mean, you could even give her this. And I'm sure there's like other 5-star catalysts. Maybe even like Wander's 5-star catalyst or signature weapon if you have it. Could also be another good one. Constellations? I don't know if this is your free one, but yeah. Klee, especially the Hexrai Klee now, like, you could consider getting some of those constellations. Especially since you can get one for free. And it's not a bad idea. Wow, I'd be no 9 on the Sparks and Splash. I like how you have Crimson on Klee, but you don't have it on Diluc. So funny enough, this is not a good artifact set for Klee, because remember that doing Vaporize or Melt or just reactions in general is just like really difficult because she does so much pyro damage. That's why it makes her reactions kind of like weird kind of thing. So funny enough, the couple artifact sets I could recommend for Klee is unironically the Wanderer's Troop that you have on your Barbara. Could be work well enough because, I mean, there is Elemental Mastery, but you're getting a 35% increase in your charge attack damage. Remember, the Hexrai Klee basically buffs the heck out of her charge attacks as well, so that's even more damage applied to her charge attacks, which is good. You could also give her the Desert Pavilion Chronicle. Your Wanderer is here, so I can just use him as an example. Obviously, the 2-piece effect will not affect Klee in any way, and that's bad, but the 4-piece effect is actually really, really good. It'll make her charge attacks have more damage, and it'll give her more normal attack speed to make her feel even less... Like, she's not even that clunky to play anymore. She got basically a free attack speed buff in the previous patch with Durin. And, well, I guess it's this current patch with Durin. But this is actually a really nice damage buff for her. Something to consider, though, because... the other artifact set that's recommended for Klee is the Lava Walkers, and even that one's 2-piece effect is totally useless on her. I think it's like Pyro Resistance or something. No one cares about getting resistance on a character. I mean, yeah, we definitely want to give a different artifact set for Klee. Like, you could still give her Lava Walkers. I think that'll be okay. Because she's doing so much Pyro damage that she'll be constantly applying Pyro, and then she'll get the damage bonus from enemies afflicted by Pyro, and it's good for her. But, yeah, Crimson Witch, not the best. Not the best for her. But let's take a look at each individual piece. So, wow, this one's really good. This is probably one of your best pieces right here. Nice energy recharge. Well, energy recharge is okay, right, for Klee. But the crit damage, crit rate, attack percentage, all good here. Elemental Mastery is not, like, we just had this discussion. She's really not doing a lot of reaction stuff, so that's why Elemental Mastery is not the best thing for her. I would probably replace this Plume, give this to someone like Diluc or something, and then like switch. Here you would try to get some like energy recharge or more attack percentage. See this? This is fine. Try to get crit rate on the substat to offset that. Fine. Unfortunate on the other half of the substats. This is okay. Ugh, no, this is bad actually. Good substats, but it didn't roll well. Like, I don't think it touched crit rate at all, which is bad. So, or maybe it did like once. This piece is really bad though. I would swap it. And since it's your flex piece, you know, try to swap it for something else. Or again, give her a whole new set. Because this one's not the best one for Klee. Yo! You have a C1 Arataki Ito. Man, this character has been forgotten. He's not a bad character or anything. It's just like power creep, right? Like the numbers just keep getting higher for newer characters, and so do the HP values of newer enemies, and it's just like he falls behind. So whenever they get around to buffing Inazuma characters, he honestly just needs a numbers buff. Maybe a more convenient way to get more the super strength stacks or whatever they're called, but I think he's fine. Just needs a little bit of a tune-up. Unfortunate on your artifact sets here. You need to go full 4-piece, right? For Husk of Opulent Dreams for Mr. Arataki Ito. But yeah, it's just unfortunate for him because like characters like Shiori exists and Navia just does so much bigger damage numbers with more team variety and a lot less work than Arataki Ito has to do. So yeah, he literally just needs a numbers buff. Wait, let me look at the numbers here, or the artifact pieces here. Defense percentage, right, instead. But this is almost perfect. No. I mean, that's a lot of defense percentage, but the rest is just bad. Defense percentage, crit rate, yikes. Didn't touch crit damage once, I don't think. That's pretty bad. Like, yeah, you have defense percentage, which is nice, but eh. Geo damage bonus, fine. Okay, a little bit of energy recharge, fine. Crit damage. This one's okay. This is this is about as perfect as it'll get. Maybe like flat defense, you could argue, but yeah. A lot of weird artifacts on your Arataki Ito, and you need to get him 4-piece Husk of Opulent Dreams. Alright. Hey, you and I both have the free constellation for Yaimiko. Nice choice. Still one of my favorite characters ever, personality-wise. She just has, again, just all of the Inazuma characters, all of the, old characters just have that unfortunate fate of just being, like, they just need a numbers buff. Like, I think Yaimiko is also fine for the most part. She does take up a lot of field time setting up her totems, but she just needs a numbers buff, and I think she'll be fine whenever they get around to buffing her. Or if they ever give her the ability to set all 3 totems down with a single button press, oh my goodness, she's gonna be insane. And watch out, official, you're gonna have some competition. Anywho, Gilded Dreams is okay for Yaimiko. The artifact set you want to give her, and I need to do this as well, is the Golden Troop. That's the one in Fontaine that buffs the elemental skill damage by a ton. And that is exactly what we want here. So this Gilded Dreams is fine. It's like her second or third best artifact set. But we definitely want to look at the Golden Troop. That being said, though, let's look at the individual things. So you have C1 on Yaimiko, so you actually don't need that much energy recharge anymore. She goes from like one of the characters that needs so much energy recharge at C0, but C1, because of the energy cut cost, it actually becomes really, really cheap, and then we don't need as much. But yeah, and then you would go for like the usual attack percentage, crit rate, crit damage. So yeah, this could be replaced, honestly, now that you do have C1. This is fine. Depending on what team you have her in, though, you don't really need Elemental Mastery, so consider that. Consider replacing that if you don't need the Elemental Mastery. Holy cow, you probably have a lot of crit damage if I had to guess. Like you could still have some energy recharge, of course. Like this is fine. This is probably her best artifact you have on her. You have a lot of crit damage rolls. I'm noticing this a lot. Well, let me look at her total stats. Yeah, okay. I would sacrifice a little bit of crit rate, or crit damage, excuse me, just to get the crit rate up a little bit. So you're not doing 50-50 rolls, basically, on your crit rates. So maybe like 70% is fine. Her energy recharge, I thought you had a lot of it, but honestly, this is okay. You maybe sacrifice a little bit more, but yeah, this is fine. And I don't know what teams you're using Yaimiko on, but the Elemental Mastery is something you could probably skip. But yeah, this one needs probably a whole new artifact set. Oh, Sinnoh. I mean, same problem as the other characters. I don't think he's a terrible character playstyle-wise. It's just numbers. Numbers, numbers, numbers. This is still one of the best weapons in the game, though. Unironically. What happened here? Commit to the Thundering Fury. Get the 4-piece. The 4-piece effect. You're missing out a lot of damage here. The Wanderer Ship is okay. I guess if you're doing some like Hyper Bloom stuff, but you would prefer getting the Thundering Fury. And yeah, this is fine. You're really not supposed to be doing normal attacks with the Sinnoh anyways. You only care about his skill and his burst. Well, more importantly, his burst. Alright, let's check out your individual artifacts. Yikes! Wow, you have a lot of these like artifacts that have a ton of crit damage, but then everything else about it sucks. Like, this is good, yeah, but everything else is bad. Let's see, this one's okay. Nice crit rate. Like, Elemental Mastery is okay, whether you're doing, like I said, the Hyper Bloom or the Aggravate stuff. But you don't need it, like, crit rate, crit damage, attack percentage, and energy recharge, of course. This is fine. Unfortunate, man. Like, the flat defense and flat HP are killing it. Electro damage. Sure. And what? Energy recharge? Is it that bad? That you needed a main stat here? I guess so. I would try to replace that when you can. You're missing out on a lot of damage by not getting either like more elemental mastery or attack percentage. So yeah, let me look at his final stats here. Wow, that's a nice crit rate. Considering you, oh yeah, it's because of the weapon carrying you hard here, right? That's a lot of crit rate though. That's actually good. Good crit rate, crit damage ratio. Probably just try to get more attack percentage and elemental mastery on him instead of the other substats you got, and then he'll be fine. Well, as fine as he can be, you know. Holy Zhao! Wait, one of the 12 people that still use this guy, and refinement 2 on the weapon. What the heck? Wow, we need to get those talents up first of all. That's behind. Vermilion hereafter. I mean, you already know, right? Like, this isn't his best set anymore now that we have the new plunging set with the release of Varessa. So you're probably on that same boat as Ziox, who was upset that a new, better artifact set came out, and now you have to refarm again. Because I remember when this set came out, everyone's like, oh man, I need a farm for Zhao again, and then another new artifact set came out. But yeah, I can understand if we're lazy, especially because, you know, Zhao. But let's take a look at your artifact pieces. This one's pretty bad. Like, the only thing good about this is the crit rate. HP is useless. Don't need elemental mastery on him. Energy recharge is okay, but low priority. This one's okay as well. Again, these top half are like screwing you up. Bad rolls. This is unfortunate. Like, yikes. So the good news here is that looking at your artifact pieces, okay, this is probably your best piece. Looking at your artifact pieces, it'll be a lot easier for you to transition over to the new set, because a lot of them are pretty bad. So yeah. All right, Wanderer, not bad on the crit rate ratio. This is fine. You have his signature weapon, and then we have the correct artifact set. Now we just need to see the substats. Oof, just oof. Again, we don't really need elemental mastery or HP percentage on Wanderer. Attack percentage, a little bit of energy recharge is okay, especially if you have C2. Wow. I mean, this isn't awful. This is actually pretty nice. It's just, I'm just looking at that attack percentage, but it's good. That's actually probably one of your better pieces so far. Wowie wow. This is good. Like, if you want a min-max perfect, that just needs to be attack percentage, and it's like the perfect artifact piece. Sands. It's a little bit all over the place, but yeah, that one could be better. Any constellations? No. 899. Yep, this is fine. I mean, I would say your Wanderer's build solid. It's just one of those. Again, it's just Sumeru characters being Sumeru characters, and we just saw like with the new Venti, that Reddit post where it compares a C0 Hexrai Venti versus a C6 R5 Wanderer, and they like get really close to single target damage numbers, and it's just like, man. I'm surprised you want to showcase your Cloud Retainer, your Jian Yun, but let's see. I don't have her signature weapon, man. Like I did not have the gems for it, but this is not level 90. Tisk tisk. Veritas Veneer is fine. So for Cloud Retainer, we're looking for lots of attack percentage and energy recharge, and that is it. You don't really need crit rate or crit damage on her, because she's not doing, like, personal damage. Like, we use Cloud Retainer for her buff from her burst, primarily. That is, like, her job. Like Bennett, you know? Like, you want to get her burst out as fast as possible, and have it heal as much as possible. For her case, you might as well have it heal as much as possible, because it scales off her attack. And then you just... That's it. You just pop her burst and then use the skill to shred the resistances, and then you swap. Very simple character to use. So yeah, you don't really need the crit rate or the crit rate, crit damage, and all this stuff. You just need energy recharge, attack percentage. That's it on all your pieces. Same thing here. No energy recharge, no attack percentage. Is bad. This is a okay main stat. Unfortunately, it didn't go into energy recharge. This is good. Rest is bad. No energy recharge. That's fine. Rest is bleh. Yeah, you would have to redo the entire build. All you need is attack percentage and energy recharge. That's it. Like, it's one of those things, yeah, if you do get energy recharge and attack percentage, sure. The other two subsets could be crit rate and crit damage, but you don't need it. You're not trying to do damage with Cloud Retainer at all. Like, this should be way higher. This energy recharge should be like 200% or something. And then the attack. The attack is actually good considering you don't have a lot of attack percentage stuff, but yeah. Constellations, none, which is fine. And then, yeah, just skill and burst, which is also fine. So yeah, nice character builds. You have your work cut out for you. I'm not jealous at all, because that's a lot of artifact farming and stuff. So thank you for sharing your character builds with me, Sammer. Again, this was just a video just to fill in the gap between now and the update. So maybe I'll do this again in the future. If you like this kind of content, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, all that good stuff. And I will see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.